Gentlemen, this one is just for you. The best thing that I ever did was start to take care of my skin. And the worst thing I ever did was to stop. So here is an easy to apply 6-step process to ensure that your skin looks and feels beautiful. Now I get it, as a young dude, you're invincible. You've got your whole young adult life ahead of you. But you're too preoccupied with cars and girls to even consider how that youthful face of yours is going to look in about 10 years. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you just focus 1% of your current efforts on detailing that handsome face of yours, then you are going to age like a fine wine. Now take it from me, you're going to look in that mirror one day, a 30-year-old man, and you know what? You're going to look it, if you're lucky. I started taking care of my skin in my teens, and for years, that deceitful baby face of mine had me feeling like Peter Pan right through to my mid-20s. And I must have let it go to my head because for some stupid reason, I stopped. Now obviously I still washed my face, threw on a moisturiser from time to time, but my skincare routine was history. At least until a few years later when I caught that glimpse. Laughter lines, my arse. Nothing's that funny. I went from looking like Peter Pan to Captain Hook. This was all the motivation I needed to whip this weather-beaten mush back into shape. So this here is my go-to skincare routine, and it should be yours too. The basics, no bullshit. No fancy brand recommendations. I'm not trying to sell you anything or fill your head full of small print. Just follow these 6 simple steps to ensure you stay looking and feeling like a sexy man. Step number 1, face wash. Start your day by using a simple face wash. Now, it doesn't matter what brand you go for, just make sure it's for your face. This is going to remove any dirt or skin shed that will have accumulated while you sleep. Step number 2, exfoliate. This step is going to replace number 1 once a week, and its job is to gently remove those stubborn skin cells that just aren't letting go. The reason we only do this once a week is because we don't want to overdo it. We're looking to remove the dead cells only. Removing these dead cells is going to encourage new cells to grow, and exfoliating every day is only going to irritate and potentially damage these new cells, which is most definitely not what we want. And fellas, when you're using a face scrub, it's not supposed to hurt. Be gentle. We're not trying to take it down to the bare metal. Think of it like this. You wouldn't T-cut the lacquer on your car every time you wash it now, would you? Why? Just like exfoliator, you're smoothing out that top layer by buffing away the imperfections. And there's only so many times you can do this before you start attacking the paintwork underneath. You got it? Step number 3, moisturize with a day cream. Again, it doesn't matter what brand you go for, just make sure it's got an SPF of at least 15. As its job is to protect that delicate face of yours from the sun's harmful rays. Just like the way a wax is going to protect the paintwork on your pride and joy. You still with me, fellas? Of course you are. I'm using a car care analogy. That alone is worth a like. Is analogy the right word, or is it simile? Because I actually don't know the difference. If one of you can let me know in the comments, that can be your way of giving a little something back. Anyway, step number 4. This is optional, but then again, so is all of it. But I highly recommend you use an eye cream. What this is going to do is going to help reduce puffiness and dark circles. But this alone is not going to be enough. If you're not getting enough sleep or staying well hydrated, no amount of eye cream is going to revitalize those tired eyes of yours. Get enough sleep, drink plenty of water, then apply an eye cream. It's kind of like the icing on the cake. This of course applies to your overall health in general. Well, maybe not the eye cream, but sleep and water, this is your priority, and it's going to make the biggest difference in how healthy you look and feel. Congratulations, you are ready to take on your day. But now it's the end of your day. And before you go and put that handsome face to bed, we've got 2 more steps. Step number 5. It's time to wash the crud of the day away with that trusty face wash of yours. Now, did you know that the average person touches their face 16 times a day? I was actually surprised it was only 16. But think about this. You've been to work, you've popped into the local to pick up your bits, you've been touching everything that everybody else has touched. I guarantee you've got little bits of other people's faces on your face. And that's not to mention those who don't wash their hands after they've used the toilet. Now we absolutely don't want that, especially before we apply our 6th and final step, which is to moisturize. Again, only this time you want to be using a PM cream, which is often called a night cream. Now I know what you're thinking. Yo Alex, how does my skin know what time of day it is? Well, it doesn't. This day and night thing just refers to when you wake up and before you go to sleep. So if you're like me and you work nights, you'd apply your night cream in the morning before you go to sleep. Now this, fellas, is where the magic happens. Think about it. Why do we sleep? Now I'm not going to go into the science of it, but it is a very fascinating subject. And one I'm very happy to cover in another video. So if this is something you'd like to know more about through yours truly, then you know what to do. Leave a comment. Now back to my point. We sleep to recover, to repair, to grow. But while we sleep, our skin naturally loses moisture. Combine that with the suboptimal conditions, like a dry home, an overheated room, a poor diet, and not drinking enough water. Instead of waking up looking refreshed, your skin's gonna feel dry and tight, resulting in looking tired and run down. But fear not, night cream is here for you. These range of creams have been formulated in such a way to slowly hydrate the skin over several hours. This is why they are much thicker than your day cream. They will often contain hyaluronic acid, which helps with the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, which is actually more effective when sunscreen does not interfere. SPF in the day, hyaluronic acid in the night. Trust me, gentlemen, if you follow these 6 simple steps to care for that face, I guarantee you're going to wake up every morning looking and feeling like a rock star. Now, I've tried to keep this video simple by not chucking you loads of brands or ingredients or how it works, why it works, but if you are interested to know what brands I've tried and would recommend, just let me know. If I get enough requests, I will bump this video up the list, but it is a topic that I'm going to cover at some point in the near future anyway. If you know a dude that's in his 20s but looks like he's going on 40, do him a solid, send him this video. Subtle. You can find more from me right here. If you do like my content, go ahead and subscribe so you can keep up to date. I am going to aim to release a video at least once a week. If there are any other topics related to grooming, style or hair that you'd like to see me cover, again, let me know. Thanks for watching, fellas. I hope you took a little value from this. Now remember, look after that face and it'll look after you. Stay handsome.